Welcome to Vsb News Online for Tuesday, January the 20th. I'm Charles Webb. The Bermuda police have unveiled a comprehensive road safety strategy designed to combat bad driving habits and reduce the carnage on our roads. Heading up a press conference at Hamilton Police Station this morning, Police Commissioner Michael De Silva had this to say.
Much has been published in the media lately about the number of road traffic collisions in Bermuda. The reports have included the tragic deaths of 16 motorists in 2014 and 2 in the first month of 2015. They have included observations about the long-term effects of serious injuries resulting from collisions, the costs attached to healthcare and insurance, and the high number of collisions relative to the size of our population. The data shows that in the 7-year period between 2008 and 2014, 29 lives were lost to gang and gun violence, while 86 lives were lost on our roads. At a ratio of 3 to 1, we believe that a long-term solution that has national support is critically important. This is not a new problem, but it clearly needs a new solution. Driving is a learned behavior, and the culture of driving relates to people's attitudes towards driving. The solution is not punishment in isolation. Robust enforcement must be combined with equally robust education, prevention, and rehabilitation programs. Good driving habits must be relearned, and good decision-making must be encouraged. The police are committed to doing our part by reporting traffic offenders and educating road users. But we are looking forward to being part of a larger effort across the board to calm down our roads before any more lives are lost. We believe that road safety is everyone's responsibility.
Inspector Robert Cardwell says the police are endeavoring to strike a balance between enforcement and raising awareness.
We have reviewed our own statistical data. We have concluded that in the past, where we have enforced alone by citing motorists and with moving violation tickets, that this effort has not actually impacted on bad driving, has not impacted on reducing collisions, and has not impacted on reducing the number of road traffic-related fatalities. In aiming to strike a balance between enforcement and raising awareness, the Bermuda Police Service has introduced a motorist advice notice. This notice will be issued to a person who has committed a minor traffic offense, and where the officer believes through his engagement with the offending motorist that the offender has accepted the advice offered, and the officer believes it would be appropriate and proportionate to exercise his professional judgment by not placing the offender before the courts. We have created an internal system to record instances where officers have exercised their professional judgment for future reference. And in the event another officer might come across the same motorist for the same offense and might be considering issuing a motorist advice notice. We will continue to target specific motoring offences through the selected traffic enforcement program. This includes impaired driving and dangerous driving offences. A person caught committing either of these offences can expect to appear in the Hamilton Magistrates Court.
After close to 3 turbulent years in office, the Corporation of Hamilton appears to be falling apart. To tell us about the latest episode, here's VSB's Brian Darby.
Dignitaries attending the 200th anniversary celebrations of the city of Hamilton on Friday afternoon would have been unaware that an almighty row had just taken place in the mayor's parlour, which had led to the Mayor Graham Atterbridge suspending his council and its committees for 6 weeks for violating the corporation's code of ethics and conduct. It is not known what subject had caused the meltdown, but Secretary Ed Benavides later emailed the aldermen and councillors to inform them that based on this violation, the mayor had instructed there be no further corporation meetings for the next 6 weeks, to allow members to pause and reflect on conducting themselves in accordance with the code before the meetings continue. It's understood that among the items on the Friday morning agenda was the corporation's legal moves against the Bermuda government. Brian Darby reporting for Vsb News.
When President of the Bermuda Industrial Union, Chris Ferbert, says that the report of 511 Bermudians losing their jobs last year is good news, it's time to listen carefully. And when he counsels his members that it would make no sense to rid the country of foreign workers, that advice goes double. Here's how the union leader handled these hot topics at today's press conference on job statistics.
If the number comes out to be 511, what I would say to you that's the least amount of jobs were lost since 2008, and that's a positive thing, because when you see you're losing, when you see that we're losing 693 jobs in 2009, 1,423 jobs in 2010, 698 jobs in 2011, 1,956 jobs in 2012, 1,166 jobs in 2013. If that number 511 is true for 2014, it's pretty good because you cut this number in half. And we want to make sure we can stabilize it and try to grow some jobs. And the reason why I'm saying that because the ABA promised 2,000 jobs. They're now in the country, according to what's here, over 3,000 jobs is what they are. As I continue to say to our members and the general public, when they say, well, let's just get rid of all the foreigners, we can't simply do that. And the reason why we can't do that, because what a lot of people don't know, is that right now when you look at the makeup, and I'll just give you this example. When you look at the makeup of the workforce, I didn't bring it in here, but I can tell you that I think I still remember it. When you look at the makeup of the workforce in international business right now, Bermudians still make up 54% of those jobs. 46% of non-Bermudians. Now, people would argue, but they're not the high-paying jobs. I understand that. But still, that's about 2,000 people that's still employed in the international business. So if you take all those people, take all those companies away and let them leave, there's 2,000 Bermudians that don't have a job. So we need to be very careful, make sure we find that balance between bringing people in and making sure Bermudians can get gainful employment in their own country.
February the 2nd marks 50 years since the Belco strike, and BIU members are gearing up for a commemoration called A Reflection of the Events that took place in 1965. Former BIU President Archibald Simmons and former police officer Wentworth Christopher offer snapshot reflections of that moment in history.
And that was an event that none of us are just able to forget, no matter how much you may try, how much dementia you may have. It's perhaps one of the most outstanding historical events. It takes in certainly social, cultural, and to some extent political twists and turns. And certainly a question of race is as an ingredient in the Belco strike.
On February the 2nd, 1965, I was a police officer. And I would say that all of the participants on that site were confronted with a unique set of circumstances. The union was in fact challenging what one might say was unbridled power. And the idea of the union attempting to recognize and fight for their employees created some discontent from the other side.
Government has released the 2014 Bermuda Digest of Statistics, containing more than 60 graphs providing a wealth of data about Bermuda's social and economic conditions. Vsb News' Chris Lodge has been reading the reports.
Some of these statistics contained in the report: the number of Bermuda marriages has nearly halved to a record low over the last decade. In the past 4 years, there has been a decrease in the ratio of male births. Total births have remained at record lows as deaths have risen. There were 34,277 filled jobs in 2013. Government expenditure exceeded revenue by $332 million for the fiscal year 2013-2014. Total imports equaled $1 billion in 2014, and air and cruise arrivals last year totaled just over 576,000. A spokesperson for the Department of Statistics saying this publication is an excellent tool for research, school projects, marketing initiatives, and business planning. I'm Chris Lodge, VSB News.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking, along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Jimmy Spithill, the skipper of the America's Cup champion Oracle Team USA, laid out for Vsb News Earl Baisden this morning how the America's Cup racing can be unique to the ordinary Bermudian. Spithill also expressed the desire to get set up in Bermuda ahead of all the other teams involved. Leading Bermudian insurance figure Patrick Tannock has been elected chairman of the Association of Bermuda International Companies, better known as ABIC. He replaces another Bermudian, George Hutchins, who has stepped down after 4 years of service. Mr. Tannock, president of XL Insurance Bermuda, joined the ABIC board in 2005 and has been a member of the executive committee since 2008. He commented that ABIC's mission was to promote a sound business environment in Bermuda for all international business community and to advocate for balanced government policies that maintain Bermuda as a well-respected domicile of choice while respecting the aspirations and values of Bermudians. He added that Bermudians had a great track record of responding to opportunities that come from change in both Bermudians and internationals working together, he said. I am confident, despite facing unprecedented challenges, we will continue to evolve as the jurisdiction of choice. Despite difficult economic conditions here, 2 Bermudian air-conditioning consultants have been able to amass close to $6 million in sales between them and beat out 800 others from the USA, Canada, and Mexico for top awards. Air Care employees Reggie Weeks with $2.5 million in sales and Marlon Couch with $3.3 million will travel to Atlanta on Thursday to receive the Link Network Diamond Award for beating the $2.3 million annual sales target. It is the first time Mr. Weeks has won the award and the 5th time for Mr. Couch. And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the sports desk.
With Sir Ben Ainsley and his crew out on the Great Sound in the background, Jimmy Spithill, the skipper of the America's Cup defending champions, Oracle Team USA, spoke with us about the purpose of his visit to Bermuda. He's also looking to make sure that his team is fully prepared for the challenge ahead. Jonathan Ball, president of PHC. Exciting news. We were able to break it last night and then this morning. PHC is going home. It's about to become a reality. Your thoughts on PHC playing at Stadium Lane on Sunday?
Well, first of all, I just want to thank my executive, thank our various committees, the Going Home Committee, the members, and the wider public for making this happen. You know, this has been in the making for a while now, and, you know, in order to the community and the island for it needs strong community clubs. So Going Home on Sunday is a small sure that PHC could service the community even.
The Corona League held their League Cup draw at the BAA Clubhouse last evening, with the preliminary round scheduled for this Wednesday, January 21st, with a doubleheader. At 7 p.m., Vasco will take on BNV United, and then at 9 p.m., Flanagan's Onions will take on Robin Hood. On Friday, January 30th, we'll see the quarterfinals get underway. At 6:30 p.m., the winners of Vasco and BNV United will take on BAA. At 8:30, the winners of Flanagan's Onions and Robin Hood will take on West End United. On Saturday, January 21st, Lobster Pot will meet North Village at 4 p.m. and then at 6 p.m. Lock and Key will take on Tough Dogs. Julian Fletcher began taking part in the 2015 ST TXLA Arena Pro Swimming Series in Austin, Texas. During the men's 100-meter breaststroke preliminaries, Fletcher finished with the 29th fastest time of 106.35 to advance to the D final. During the men's 100-meter breaststroke D final, Fletcher touched the wall first in a time of 105.10. Following 6 race days in the 2014-15 Bermuda Karting Club race season, we can now bring you the current standings in each division. Jacob Pereira leads the junior cadet class with 591 points. Ryan Burgess is in second with 494 points, and Neil Bean is in third with 401 points. The junior modified clone class leader is Ashley Horseman with 567 points. Xavier Smith is in second with 206 points. Georgia Thompson is the only competitor in the junior comer class and has 206 points. 584 points sees Ryan Lopes leading the tag junior class. Blake Horseman is in second with 513 points, and with 420 points, Cara Mallon is in third. David Barboza is currently leading the tag senior class with 703 points. Jason North is in second with 610 points, and Scott Barnes is in third with 567 points. Brandon Franks has a big lead in the 125 shifter class with 726 points. Shannon Casey is in second with 436 points, and Barnes is in third with 400 points. In Friesenbrook Maya Continental Bowling League action at the Warwick Bowl last evening, it saw Spice Nicks defeat the Invaders 18-12. The Oddballs defeated Cricket League Lundry 19-11, while the Bermuda Pest Control defeated the Pin Splitters 23.5 to 6.5. The Cubs got by the Pin Jammers 17.5 to 12.5, and New Hope defeated the Nifty Rollers 22.5 to 7.5.
Looking at the weather for Wednesday, January the 21st, there will be a mix of sun and cloud. Winds will be southwesterly, light, backing south-southwesterly at times, increasing southwesterly light to moderate overnight. We are expecting a high near 71 and a low near 66. This weather report is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thanks for watching VSB News Online for Tuesday, January the 20th. I'm Charles Webb.